Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Okay, today, inshallah, we are going to do a bit of Tarkib and Irab, but not on Surah Yasin yet. We're just going to have a bit of practice, yes. And I would like to cover today Shibhu Jumlah. Yes, Shibhu Jumlah is a term that we use for two types of fragments. That is basically the mudaf mudaf ilay with azaf as well as half of jar and its isim majrur. Yeah. Okay, but before we start, I need to explain to you what tarkib is. Yeah, the word tarkib actually comes from the root letters ra, kaf, and ba. If you recall, when we were doing the mabniyat, I said something like a word that is murakkabah. Yeah, not mabniyat, sorry, mamnu min al-sarf. I think uh, mamnu min al-sarf also has it, and mabniyat also has it. But the one that is for mabniyat was about the numbers that were compound numbers, meaning like the numbers 11 until 19, with the exception of number 12. You know, when you say the number, you will say 10 and 1, 10 and 3, 10 and 4. Yeah, that's when you translate from the Arabic form of that number. Instead of saying 11 or 13 or 14, they will say 10, 1. 10, 3. Yeah, so that is a murakkab number, and that would be mabni. Okay, so it's putting together something. So tarkib here is putting together something or combining things in order. And with respect to translation, okay, tarkib is important because without tarkib, understanding tarkib, you can't really translate. Right? You can do the i'rab, but you should do the tarkib because tarkib comes in for the translation. Yeah, so that's why we need to understand what tarkib is all about. And from what I saw from your dream notes, right? You have been doing this without realizing it. Yeah, when you identify what is mubtada, what is habar, what is fi'il, what is maf'ul, and then you try to translate it. Yes, that's basically what you have been doing. Tarkib. Yeah. Now, with Iraq, we're not about it's not about putting things together and trying to make sense out of the Arabic. Yeah, we have to focus on the grammar. But you cannot do takib without understanding the grammar. Yeah, because how would you recognize what a mubtada is if you don't learn it from grammar? How would you recognize what a maf'ul is if you don't learn it from grammar? Yeah, so you do need to do the Iraq. Yeah. But as far as the Arabs were concerned, they never did look at Tarkib because they didn't have to do translation. I think I mentioned this before. Okay? They didn't do something called Tarkib. This was done by people like us who do not understand Arabic. So we needed to do the Tarkib. Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Sister BV. So what is the purpose of Tarkib? Yes, this is something that we need to understand. It's to analyze the structure of the
Walaikum
words.
salam.
Alaikum salam. To
My
analyze
mic was muted, sorry.
it's okay. Alhamdulillah. I can feel the reply to my salam.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So it's to analyze the structure of the words in a sentence so that we can translate them correctly. Okay. So is tarkib necessary? For foreigners like us, yes, it is. Okay. It is necessary. So let's do an exercise on tarkib so that we realize what am I actually talking about? Yeah. So let's see. There's just three, yeah, just three sentences here that I have. Yeah, you can see that basically it has the same three words. Yeah, haza, rajul, salih. Yeah, haza, rajul, salih. And this one has an extra word. Okay. Um, Let me ask the ones who are more experienced here. Or should I ask the ones who are not so experienced? Sister Ralin, okay, Sister Ralin. Haza in this sentence here, rajulun salihun. From what you know, what could this possibly be in terms of grammar? Yeah, in terms of the sentence itself. What do you think haza is? What do you think rajul is? And what is salih?
هذا رجل is the مبتدأ صالح is the خبر.
Which one is the mubtada?
هذا رجل.
Haza rajulun, you say is mubtada. Yeah, I'll highlight the mubtada in yellow, and I will highlight the what you said
صالح.
it was. Yeah. So you're saying this is mubtada and this is khabar. Yeah. Uh, Anyone agrees or disagree?
I disagree
You
because
disagree?
yeah, هذا is the مبتدأ and رجل صالح is خبر.
Okay, so Sister Bibi says, nope, I don't agree. I don't agree. This is the khabar and that is the mubtada. Okay. Any third opinion what this sentence is? Any third opinion? Or who agrees with one? Okay, how many people say Haza, this one is correct? How many people agrees with Sister Rally? Sister Nasma?
Mubtada is before is, right? And then I think it be Hadha is Mubtada, Rajulun Saf is the khabar.
Okay. Brother Hazim, what do you think it is?
I agree with the second one.
Okay, yes. So the majority wins and actually betul, yes. Haza here is your mubtada. Rajulun salihun is your habar. Why do we say this? Because Rajulun salihun is a mawsuf sifah combination. It cannot be separated, just like this one here. Yeah. So we learned that when we have an isim ishara and a nakirah word follows it. Nakirah meaning indefinite noun, no al. Yeah. Then this is actually mubtada. There is an is here. There is an is here. Okay. So this first one is not quite right. Yeah. But at least we recognize it's a jumlah ismiyah. Yeah. So here the translation would be, would you like to try and translate, Sister Ali, now that you know it should be this way? How would I say this?
Yes, yes. I already forget your
I translate Saleh as good. Okay, I'll call it Saleh as good. So
هذا. Okay, this is good guy.
okay, this is a good guy. This is a good guy or a good man. This must be Ustad Numan's influence. Okay, okay, good. I saw some of his notes and I was going like, oh my goodness. Okay, alhamdulillah. But I guess it makes things fun. Yeah. So in the second line, where are we? Which one is mubtada? Which one is khabar? Would you like to try, Brother Hazim? Which is mubtada? Which is khabar? Haza rajul.
Hazar rajulu is the mubtada.
Okay, hajar razulu is the mubtada and
Solihun khabar.
khabar. Okay, so this is because of what we said just now, right? If you have an isim isyarah and it's pointing at nakira, then it becomes a sentence like this. If not, this now becomes what we call badal. Yeah, rajulu is the badal of haza. And the translation here, Sister Nazma, what is the translation for this one? Sister Nazma, your mic is not muted. Is muted, sorry. Okay. How would you translate this?
It says the Rajul Sabah.
Yeah, so this is badal to haza. Sorry?
This is the good guy.
This is the good guy is up here. Yeah, the is
This is
here. But now the
this
is
guy is good.
here.
This guy is good.
This guy is good. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Good. Now, the last sentence. Are we still talking about jumlah ismiyah? Yes, right? Okay. So now, how would we translate this one? Which is mubtada and which is khabar? Sister Vivi.
هذا الرجل الصالح is مبتدأ and نائم is the خبر.
Okay. Anyone disagree? Everyone agree. Okay. Brother Hazim, can you translate this?
This good guy. Naim tu apa?
Naim is a guy who is sleeping.
Oh,
Naim. So this,
this good guy is sleeping.
yeah, this good guy is sleeping. Yep, absolutely spot on. Okay. So you see, it's important to know your tarkib. If not, how would you translate things? Yeah. So you need to know tarkib. So what do we do when we do tarkib? All we have to do is actually to recognize the main parts of the sentence, the phrases, to find the meaning. Yeah, right? Like this one, which is mubtada, which is khabar. So normally we do it in chart form because this makes it easy to understand. Yeah. So that's what we do in terms of tarkib. But with Irab, we've been doing this for the past 6 lessons, right? This is our 7th session. We have been doing Irab all this while. And you know, Irab is much more wordy. Right? There's so many things to say. But the Irab is necessary because without the Irab, you don't know the harakat. What does this harakat mean? What is Dhamma? What is Kasra? Things, what is sukun? When you see a sukun, what do we do? Panic or know that this is this. Is sukun in an isim, what does it mean? A sukun in a fi'il, what does it mean? So you do need to do the Irab. Then you can do the tarkib. Then from the tarkib, you get the translation. So this is what we'll be doing. We'll be doing tarkib first, and then we will be doing Irab. And in Irab, there are only 3 elements in Irab. I think we did it in a diagram form before. First, we have to find out what is the grammatical function, yeah, whether it's haba, mubtada, etc., etc. Then the state of that particular word, right? Whether it's mansub, marfu, majrur, or majzoom. And then we have to say how is this state expressed, yeah? Whether it's kasra, fatha, dhamma, or anything else, yeah? Ilahin is extra, etc. So how to do Irab? We need to answer the 3 questions. Yeah, we write it out and there's no chart. We have to write it out the long way. Yeah. Just take note here. We do not say that Allah is mubtada. We say the word Allah is mubtada. Yeah, lafzul jalalah. Yeah. We don't say Allah is majrur, for example. That's no. Yeah, because it's the word Allah that is marfu or majrur or mansub. Yeah, we use this term lafzul jalal. Okay. All right. So now that we have done this introduction, we can go ahead with our class today, and I'm going to start the slide, meaning you will have to talk over the mic if you want to catch my attention. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to go through the first few slides because we have quite a number of slides to go through, but I'm just going to swing it through. This one, you've seen it before. Yeah. We talked about the alamat, which was asliyah and far'iyah. But now we can also look at alamats in terms of harakah and in terms of huruf. Yeah, the sign of the alamat is either fatha, dhamma, kasra, or sukun, or it can also be letters. Remember, alif, waw, nun, and ya. So this is basically what I've written here. So this one you can do it when you want to revise when we have our break. Yeah, and this is just explaining to you the different categories of words that we have and what are the signs for mufrad, for example, the standard sign. The broken plural, jam'ut taksir, is also the standard signs, yeah. But your mu'annas, remember, your mu'annas is atun, atin, atin. So there is dhamma, kasra, kasra, yeah. In mamnu min as-sarf, we do not have tanwin and we do not have jar. So it's dhamma, fatha, fatha, yeah. We don't have kasra, sorry. Then of course this is your fi'il mudari. Your fi'il mudari, you have dhamma, marfu, fathah, mansub, sukun for your majzum. Yeah. So this is all harakat. Then we have huruf. Huruf, you know your 5 isims. The ones that we normally remember is ahu, ahi, ahu, ahi, aha, yeah, abu, abi, abba, yes, and za, zu, zi. Yeah, this is the from the 5. These are the 3 that normally appears in the Quran. Yeah, so that's wow, alif, ya, the different categories, the different status. Sorry. Then of course your sound masculine plural. This one is una, ina, ina. Yes. Musanna is ani, aini, aini. Yes. And your af'al hamsa is of course una, ina, what else? Ani, yeah. So you drop the noon when it's majzum. The noon is there when it is marfu. Yeah, you drop the noon when it's majzum and mansub. Then of course you have this strange thing called fi'lu mu'attal. These are your fi'ils that end with weak letters. Yeah, because this one I've also done a slide for you just for the weak letters. Yeah. Sorry. Here they are. Yes. So we have different types of weak letters, alif, ya, and waw. And how they behave are here. And you can see the Irab that I put down here. Yeah. So you can see that for the rafa status, yeah, when it's alif, ya, and waw, rafa status, yeah, it is tuqaddar, tuqaddar. Yeah, you can't see it. It is muqaddara. This one we will go again as we go and do our exercise through Surah Yasin, yeah, when we come across it. So when I say tuqaddar, meaning when we say it's rafa, it will be dhamma muqaddara. That's how we would say it, yeah. And then in terms of nasab, for alif, yeah, what we do is it is tuqaddar fatha only for the alif. The rest is okay. You can see yamshia, ya down. Yeah, so that the fatha is seen. So this is both zahira. It's only this one that is tuqaddar. Yeah, and then for ya and waw, you see here that it is clear fatha. Yeah, for tazhur fatha for nasab. For nasab, that you can see. Yeah, this was what I said just now lah. Ya and waw. Then jazm, everybody drops the half ilah. Yeah, everybody drops the half ilah, regardless whether it's alif, ya, or waw. So this one will go again, over again. But when you revise, you think of the verbs with weak letter endings. Yeah, alif, ya, waw. And you read there, what does it mean? For rafa, for all the letters, it's muqaddara. For nasab, for alif, it is muqaddara. For ya and waw, you can see it. For jazm, all the weak letters, you drop. Yeah, so this first two is identical for everyone. The only special case is for nasab. Yeah, that's what you need to remember. Okay, alhamdulillah. Now we go on to shibhu jumlah. Why I'm not doing the, jumlah ismiyah has mubtada and khabar and muta'alliq bi khabar. Yes. And then jumlah fi'iliyah has fi'il, fa'il and maf'ul. Yeah. It's because I think you all are very familiar with that already. But what I often find is that we struggle a bit with shibhu jumlah. So what is shibhu jumlah? Yeah. Jawa majrur, I mentioned this. Yes, fil masjidi. This is harf jar, and this is the isim that it has made majrur in the mosque. Yeah, and the other one is zaf. This can be both zaf makan and zaf zaman. What is makan? Time. Yes, zaman is makan is place, zaman is time. Yeah. It's the makan thing, I think of the makan and think of time makan. So anyway, zaf makan is place, zaf zaman is time. Yeah, so this one comes like fauka. This is your special mudafs. Yeah, when I talk about zaf, we're talking about special mudafs, and of course they come in a mudaf mudaf ilayh. Yeah, so faukal masjidi, above the mosque. So you can see that they are quite similar in grammatical function. Yeah, saying somewhere, contains somewhere. fi, fauka, on top, below, behind. Yeah. So it's similar in grammatical function. What we want to talk about is huruf al-jarrah, the half of jar. Yeah. Not so much about zarf this time because the half of jar will take most of our time and the half of jar is everywhere. Yeah, the half of jar is everywhere. So we need to understand what is huruf al-jarrah. Yeah, huruf al-jarrah. Okay, it's feminine, the word huruf. Yeah. So we have half of jar zaida. We came across this earlier. And then I said we'll do this later. So here's the later. The later has come. We're going to talk about huruf al-jarrah zaida. Yeah. Then we have asliyah, the normal half of jar that you see, the one that goes muta'alik to something. Half jar zaidah doesn't have any muta'alik. Yeah, muta'alak actually. Okay, it is muta'alik to a muta'alak. Yes, it's a muta'alik to a muta'alak. Yeah. So muta'alak is your isim maf'ul, muta'alik is your isim fa'il. So then we have a third category, which I do not know whether you noticed it in the notes, but it is in the notes. Yeah, this is what we call shabihun bizaidi. Yes. So what is shabihun bizaidi? First, what's the difference between these three in terms of grammatical analysis, in terms of what it does in a sentence? Yeah. For asliya, it's of course the one that has a muta'ala. Yeah, so it's muta'alliq to the muta'ala. So all half of jars that are asli will have a muta'ala somewhere. It's connected to that muta'ala. Okay. Then we have this jar, which is zaidah, meaning it's not part of the word. Yeah, it's a half that is additional to the word and it adds emphasis to the meaning. Yeah. So this is half of jar zaidah. And there's only two. Alhamdulillah, there's only two. Min and ba. Yeah. Then we have this thing. Yeah. Both the asliya and this adds new meaning to the sentence. Okay, so we'll figure out. For Zaida, there is no new meaning. All it does is emphasize the meaning. Okay, but these two, they have a function. And for Asli, it is linked to something in the sentence. It adds more information to something in the sentence. Yes? So let's see what these three different categories are all about. Let's start with the first one, the zaid. Yes, the min and the ba. Yeah, there are two and they create emphasis. Al-ba'u zaidatu, yes, and min. Now, the ba is not translated as with. It just creates emphasis. Yeah, it does not create any new meaning. Both of them doesn't create any new meaning. Yeah, and the half of jar min can be added either to the fa'il or the maf'ul to create emphasis in a negative sentence. A sentence that says no. Yes, negative sentence. Not masbut. Masbut is positive, if I'm not mistaken. Masbat, is it? Okay. So let's do tarkib and irab for min. And our sentence is this. Lam yajlis min ahadin. Lam yajlis min ahadin. So we know that this is half of jar zaid. We don't know really, but it doesn't make sense, doesn't it? If we were to translate this with the normal meaning of from, what would it mean? Does it make sense?
Nobody,
Lam yajlis.
nobody sits from among them.
We could say something like that, yeah. But in this case, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that meaning, yeah. What it does mean is, yeah. Sorry. No one. No, like absolutely no one.
Not a single person.
Yes, that's right. Sat down. Yeah. Everyone stood up. No one dared sit down. Not a single person sat down. Yeah. Lam yajlis min ahadin. So how do we do the Irab for this? Yeah? It's quite easy to do tarkib. Okay? Just figure out what the fi'il is and who the fa'il is. Because I've done it this way, you know that this cannot be the normal min. Because a fa'il is not majrur. Yeah. So now you know that there's something not right. If I say this is fa'il and that is fa'il, then why is it kasrah? Yeah. So then you understand by it that this is half jar zaid. So the i'rab now becomes like this. Lam harful nafyin, yeah, because it says no. Wa jazmin, because it has made this fi'il mudari majzum. Wa qalbin. Why do I say wa qalbin? Can anybody remember why qalbin?
Is it because it changes the tense
Yes, it
from
changes.
mudare to meaning will be madi?
Yeah, and when you translate it, it is did not. Did not. No one, absolutely no one sat down. No? It's a past tense. Yeah. Okay. Yajlis fi'il mudari majzum wa alamatu jazmihi as-sukun. Yeah, this is what we have learned before. We state what the word is. It's a fi'il. And then we say that it is majzum. Why do we say that it is majzum? Because we can see the sign of the jazm, which is sukun. Yeah. And now min is the half of jar. Zaid, we say this. Why? Because ahadin, although it is majrurun bil kasrah when we pronounce it, it is marfu'un in its place, and it is called fa'il. Yeah. So we say it, we support, we support it as ahadin, but actually it's a fa'il. So it is marfu'un in terms of its function, mahalan, its place in the sentence, and it is the fa'il. So this is the standard way of doing the i'rab when we talk about half jar zaid. Yeah? Majrurun bil kasrah in terms of saying lafzan, marfu'un in terms of the place because it is fa'il. So this place will depend on the role that it plays. Okay, so if we look at the next example, this is another example. Yeah, we see again, it's mafu bihi, but it has kasrah. So this min cannot be the normal min. Yeah. So now, in this case, we would say the same thing because it's the same half. Yes, it's still nafin, jazmin, and qalbin. And yadrib is your majzum mudari because of the lam. Yes. Your fa'il is zaid. Your min is your half jar zaid. And this one, okay. This one, Sister Ralin, would you like to try? How would you say the i'rab for waladin? This is maf'ul bihi.
Already majrur bil kasrah
Lafzan, yes, or something like that. Yeah.
halakan
Uh-huh.
marfu mahalla fa'il.
Sorry again,
Um,
because
is it marfu mahalla fa'il? Sorry, mahalla maf'ul bihi.
maf'ul bihi is normally what's the status? Maf'ul bihi. Maf'ul is normally.
Is it jar?
Maf'ul normally it has a fatha normally, so it would be what's fatha? What
Nasib.
status is with fatha? Man, so did you say that?
Yeah, I say
Oh,
nasib. Okay, man.
okay, yeah, the same thing. So waladin, this is waladin. Majrurun bil kasrah lafzan, yeah, because of the min, yeah. Mansubun mahallan, because it is maf'ul bihi, yeah. Nasab status. That's correct. Okay, alhamdulillah, good. Any questions here? Any questions here? Everyone clear about that? Alhamdulillah. Now let's look at this one. We saw min and ba at work just now, right? Did we see ba just now? I think there was no example using ba. Yeah, I think I'll add in that later in your notes. Yeah, but it will be more or less the same. Yeah, it will be more or less the same. Now, with the shabihun bizaid, yeah, they give new meaning but are not linked to anything in the sentence. There's no muta'alaq for them. Yeah, they are not muta'alliq to anything. There's no muta'alaq. I think you've come across this. Rubba. Rubba is one of those words that actually has two meanings and they're opposite to each other. Rubba can also mean something that rarely happens. And it also can mean many. Okay, so on one hand, something that rarely happens, kalil, very little, or many, kasir, rubba. Then there's something called hasha, khala, and ada. Hasha, khala, and ada. All these three has the same meaning. Yeah, has the same meaning. It is istisna, except. What's the Arabic word for except? Brother Hazim, do you know? How do you say except in Arabic?
Except ilah.
Yes, absolutely. Ila. Yeah, ila. So ila is not a half of jar, okay? But the meaning is ila. Hasha, khala, and ada are half of jars. So whatever follows them will be majrur. Yeah, but the meaning is ila, and but ila is not half of jar. Yeah, so except. So let's have a look at some examples here. Rubba kitabin qara'tuhu. Yeah, qara'tuhu. Yeah, rubba kitabin qara'tuhu. So remember, halves don't have a grammatical function. Yeah, they la mahala laha, but they do things. I like to think of them as your air, your water, and your electricity in your house. Okay, the house is of course the normal sentence. Taba, hadbar, fi'il, fa'il. Yeah, your windows, doors, walls, roof. Yeah, but halves are like your water and electricity, because without water and electricity, the house also doesn't function like a house, right? So halves la mahala laha, no place in Rab. Yeah, la mahala min al-i'rab. Okay. Now there is one hadith with the word rubba in it. If you have the time, find out which hadith it is and what's the meaning of the word. Yeah. Rubba kasiyatin fit dunya ariyatin fil akhirah. I think you've heard of that before. Yeah? Rubba kasiyatin fil dunya ariyatin fil akhirah. Rubba. So find out what the translation of that hadith is, inshallah. Then we can discuss it in the class next week. So now how do we do the Irab for this? So rubba, we say in full, harfu jarin shabihun bizaid. Yeah. And it makes the word after it majrur, the kasrah, lafzan again, but marfu'un because this is your muqtada. Yeah. And that's why it's marfu'. Then qara'tuhu is actually jumlah fi'liyah fi mahali raf'in khabar. So you know your khabar can be an actual sentence. Yeah. Qara'tuhu. So that is your fi'il, your fa'il, and your maf'ul. Okay, so this is the first one. Then I'm going to show you only one example of the other three because the meaning is the same. Yeah, so we say ja'a at-tallabu ada zaidin. This is illa, right? Except. So the students came except for Zaid. So if we put khala also, khala, and what's the other one? What's the third one? Sister Nazma, can you remember? What are the three words? Is your mic muted? Okay. What are the three?
Hasha.
Uh-huh.
Hasha, right?
Yes. So the three words are hasha, khala, and ada. To remember that. You will hear it again and again. Okay. So if I replace this with khala or hasha, the same irab. Yeah, only that I just replace here. We still have jarin shabihun biz zaid. Yeah, all right. Alhamdulillah. Now we go to half jar asli. But this is the one that we always find in our surahs, yeah, in our verses. So that one, the other two will happen more mim and ba. Mim and ba will appear more often, yeah, than the others. Rubba, I don't think it's in the Quran, but I know it's in the Hadith. Hasha and Allah is more like for your information, yeah. Ada, hasha, hala, ada, yeah. That one is more for your information. Now with half jar asli, yes, it can be muta'alik to these. Yes, it can be muta'alik to fi'il, fi'il madin, fi'il amam, fi'il mudari. It can be muta'alik to what we call shibhu fi'il, something that looks like a fi'il. Yeah, but actually what we're talking about is most of the mushtaq. Mushtaq is isims that we take from a verb. We call them mushtaqat. Yes, isims that we take from a verb. Like isim fa'il, isim maf'ul, you know, is based on a verb. Sifah mushabbaha bi isim fi'il, isim tafdil. Yeah, this one debatable. Okay, so isim fa'il, isim maf'ul, sifah mushabbaha, and isim fa'il. This one actually comes from fi'il lazim. Yeah, fi'il lazim. What do I mean by fi'il lazim? A fi'il that cannot or can take maf'ul. Which is which? What is fi'il lazim? What do you think, Sister Bibi?
Cannot take maf'ul bihi.
Cannot take maf'ul bihi. Yep, alhamdulillah. Yes, sifah mushabah. So it mostly comes from fi'il lazim because it's something that is part of the person. It's not temporary. More permanent, yeah, sifat musyabaha. But it has the meaning of isim fa'il. Yeah, it has the meaning of isim fa'il. So we have fi'il, shibhu fi'il, and the last one we saw this as well in the mabniyat. Yeah, with the meaning of fi'il, and isim with the meaning of fi'il, like amin and ufi. Yeah, ufi. So let's see how this is done. Let's look at an ordinary one. Yeah, half a jar muta'alliq to the fi'il. So we see the tarkib here, fi'il, fa'il, and the muta'alliq. And the muta'alliq, we have jar and majrur. Yeah. Oh, there's fathah here. Why not makati? Sister Radin, why is it not makati?
Because it is partly flexible. Name of
Ah,
the
yes, good. It's partly flexible. Excellent. So ja'a fi'il madin mabniyun ala al-fath. Yes, we always remember mabni al-fath, not fathah. Yes, al-dam, ad-dam, or al-kas. Never ad-dhamma or al-kasrah. For mabni, that's how we differentiate it from mabni and mu'rab. Yeah, there's no tamabuta for mabnis. La mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. Yeah. At-talabu fa'il. Yeah, this is easy, straightforward. Min half jarin, sorry. Makata majrurun bil fattah because it's mamnu min nafsah. Yeah, partly flexible. Then ja wal majrur is muta'alakan. Why we say muta'alakan? Because we're talking about jar and majrur. Bifi'il ja'a. Okay, how do we translate this? How do we translate this? Sister Nazma? This is a simple sentence. It's just a jumla fi'liya. Is your mic muted again? I can't see. Is Sister Nazma with us?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. She's thinking then.
Mic is muted.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. This is no most of the jumla fi'liya will be in this form that you'll come across. So this is fine. So we say this first, right? Yeah, we don't have any what we call inside doer. We have an outside doer here. So we would say, is this mufrad or is this plural? Oops. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So how would we say it now? How we translate this? Then we have an outside doer. The doer is said first, right? And then only the fi'il. Is there any word that you don't recognize, Sister Nazma? Can I help you out?
Uh,
The word talab is interesting. The word talab is to request, to ask. Yeah. But why do we call students talab? Why do we ask students? Why do we call students talab? Interesting, can? I suppose they seek knowledge. Yeah, they seek knowledge. Yeah, talab is also to seek. And usually students, we call them seekers of knowledge. So the students came from Mecca. Yeah, the students came from Mecca. So this is how we would translate it. In Arabic, we will say the outside doer first, the action, followed by whatever muta'alliq that comes along. Okay, alhamdulillah. Now, we are still talking about muta'alliq with khabar, but now the khabar is isim fa'il. Yeah, this is just on the saf side of it. Yeah, qa'imun is fa'ilun. Yeah, qa'imun is fa'ilun. So this is obviously a mujarrad word. So we have mubtada, khabar, and muta'alliq here. So now, how would we translate this sentence? Brother Hazim, how would you? We have a go at this one. Sometimes a isim fa'il is taken as a verb. Yeah. So
Qaimun tu apa sister?
standing.
Oh,
To
Zaid
stand.
standing in the masjid.
Okay. Zaid is standing in the masjid. Yeah. So our is here, right? Because it's mubtada and haba. So Zaid is standing in the masjid. Or the one who stands. Yeah. Zaid is the one who stands in the masjid. Because qa'imun is your isim fa'il. So the Irab here is he mubtada marfu qa'imun habar marfu bab damah. No, nothing spectacular. Straightforward Irab. Yeah. This one you know that it is majrurun bil not kasrah here. This is mistake. It should be bil fathah. And why? Because it's mamnu min as-sarf. Yeah. Jawa majrur mutaqallakan bahabar qa'imun. So this one we see it there. Okay. I don't know how many times I check. I still make mistakes. Okay. So isim maf'ul now. Mahabbubun. Mahabbubun ilan nas. Zaidun mahbubun ilan nas. Sister Bibi, would you like to try how to translate this one? Mahbubun is to love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Zaid is loved
Okay.
or beloved to the people.
Ah, beautiful. Yes. Zaid is beloved to the people. Yeah. Zaid is beloved to the people. The one who is loved. This is your maf'ul. Yeah. So the one who is loved. Alhamdulillah. So here we go. Straightforward again. Yeah. Habar and mubtada maf'ul tamah. Ila user jar. And this one is correct. Alhamdulillah. And this is muta'alliqani bi mahbubun. Yeah, bi mahbubun. Or we can say bil habar and in brackets put mahbubun. Yeah, so it's the same thing. There are quite a number of ways of writing this. There's another way that I will show you in a while. Okay. So this one here is isim tafdil. Isim tafdil. Yeah. So atwalu. What is isim tafdil? It's a comparative. Yeah, it's a comparative. So it can be comparative or superlative. In this case, it is comparative because we have min. Yeah, it's a comparative when we have min. Okay. Um, hmm, whose turn is it to translate? Who hasn't done any translation yet? Go back to full circle. Sister Nazma, back again. Okay, you want to try this one out? So this means taller. Yes, this is taller.
Zaid is taller than Khalid.
Yes, Zaid is taller than Khalid. Yeah, correct. So here mubtada, khabar, half of jar again. Khalidin is your majrurun. And your jar wa majrur is muta'alliqan to be atwal. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Okay. Sifa mushabbaha, basirun. Basirun is also the pattern of sirah mubalaghah. So sometimes you need to know the context to know whether it means sifah or whether it means balaghah. But in this case, we're talking about Allah, so it's probably more likely sifah mushabbaha. Okay, Sister Ralib, would you like to translate this one? How would you translate basirun if it is sifah mushabbaha?
What is the meaning of basir?
Basara is to hear or to see?
Oh, to see.
Okay, good. So basirun, how do we say this?
Allah is the most.
Sorry, I didn't catch you.
Uh, Allah is the most. s- sifat.
Really bad. It is his sifah, right? So when we say basirun, Allah is usually when we say Allah can see everyone, can see is all seeing, all hearing, all knowing, right? So this is something like that. Yeah. So Allah is all hearing, oh, sorry, all seeing with his slaves. Yeah. Bil ibadi is be, we can translate it as with, yeah, with his slaves.
Can we translate as
Can we translate it
among
as?
among the slaves?
Yes, when you say among the slaves, it doesn't give that feeling of all, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's better to use Allah is all seeing of or with his slaves, something like that. Yeah, among. What do you think, Sister Bibi? Can it be among?
No, I don't think so. B is
Because more like to cover everyone, right?
yeah.
And not be among them, because among gives you the feeling that Allah is among us. This is more like overlooking us. Yeah, so it's better to be with or
Okay, thank you.
over us. Okay, thank you. Okay, so here lafzul jalalah again. Yeah, khabar, jar, ibadi, jawa majrur mutalaqqan bi basir. Yeah, easy. Okay. Now this isn't fit in the one that we saw just now, like amin, ufin. Yeah, this one is from the Quran, if I'm not mistaken. This looks like something from the Quran. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
This is when someone was scolding someone. Yeah, someone was scolding someone. No, I think. Let me search. Hold on. Yeah, wa uffin lakum, wa uffil lakum. There's a bit of the idgham there. Uffil lakum. وَلِمَا تَعْبُدُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And it means shame on you that you worship other than Allah. Yeah, that you are, but we are just taking this part of it, not the whole verse. This is from Surah Anbiya. Surah Anbiya 21:67. Yeah, if you want to note that down. Okay. So Ufin is ism fi'il mabniun ala al-kasrah. No, I also had the Irab of Amin. If you look at lesson 4, I also put the Irab for Amin. So you can have a look at that if you want to know how to do Irab for the word Amin. Yeah? Amin means please accept. Yeah, basically you're asking Allah to accept. Ismu fi'li اسم فعل مبني على القصر. Yeah. الفاعل ضمير مستتر تقديره أنا. Yeah. The person who is saying this is I. Yeah, I. لا is half of jar. قم is ضمير متصل because it is مبني. We have في محل jar. Yeah, في محل jar. So this is how we do Irab for this one. And then we say Jawa Majur is BO. Yeah, BO. Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Sister Zuraida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found this basir. When it comes with ba,
Mm-hmm.
then the meaning will be
Uh-huh.
having insight or possessing knowledge or understanding of whatever it comes after that. So
Of the people. So that
yes,
means this is not seeing with the eyes. This
no,
is seeing with the
knowledge.
heart. Wow. That's nice. That's amazing. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah. See, you asked a good question, Sister Ralin. Alhamdulillah. So maybe that's what you mean by a bang, is it? It's like something inside, probably. Yeah. Okay. Now, this thing called mahzuf and mazkur. So what's the difference between mazkur and mahzuf? Mazkur, you say it. Mahzuf, it's not there. You don't see it. Yeah? It's not said or mentioned in the sentence. Okay, so sometimes the muta'ala, the thing that you're muta'alik to, is not seen or mentioned. What were the muta'alats we were looking at? The fi'il, yes, the fi'il, the isim fi'il, and the one that is like the fi'il, right? Sorry, like the isim or like the fi'il? Like the fi'il. We have a look again sometimes.
Like the fi'il.
Like the fi'il, right?
Yeah, it
So,
seems look like fi'il.
so fi'il, seems that look like fi'il, and that has the meaning of fi'il. Yep.
Yeah,
So
meaning
that's
of the fi'il, yes.
so we have these three. So now let's go back to this mahzuf and maskur. Yeah. So nothing to do with being masculine. Okay. This is zai kaf ra. Yeah. So this is mentioning. Yeah. So it's not mentioned in your sentence. So there are three positions or three roles where we have this thing called mahzuf. Yeah, the emphasis here is mahzuf. When there's habar, that's mahzuf. Na'at, that's mahzuf. Na'at is another name for sifah. And hal, that is mahzuf. Okay, so this is muta'alliq to something that is mahzuf. So what do I mean by this? Always easiest to understand when we have examples. So we have another situation here. Mubtada, habar. Zaidun min makata. Jar majrur. Simple translation, right? Zaid is from Makkah, right? Nothing difficult about that. So Zaidun here again, mubtada, min half a jar, Makkah. This one is majrurun bil fattah because it's mamnu min as-saf, and it is muta'alliq to bil haba mahzufin. Okay, we are saying that in terms of tarkib, it's easier to understand this way. Mubtada, khabar, right? Zaid is from Makkah. So from Makkah is your habar. Yeah, easy. But in terms of Irab, they're a bit fussy. No. There's no such thing as min Makkah being a habar. They say it is muta'ali. They say this is still muta'ali. Min Makkah is muta'ali to a habar that is mahzuf. That's what they're saying. So how do we understand this? Okay. So we're saying that actually, there is a khabar here that's missing. And this one can stick to being muta'alliq. Okay? So we have something like this. Zaidun, we can see sabitun or mustaqirun min Makkah. So this is your khabar that is missing. It's any word that makes sense. Okay, there's any word that makes sense to put here. And that takes on a marfu status because it's a khabar. Yes. So sabitun means to be like a resident in Mecca. So Zaidun is from Mecca. We're saying that he's a resident. He's somebody who stays in Mecca. So that's why we say Zaidun is from Mecca. Yeah, so we can understand it that this one, jar wa majrur, sticks to its original role of being muta'alliq to something, right? And it is muta'alliq to a khabar that is mahzuf. Yeah. So in this case, we have this thing called mahzuf and not mazkur. Yeah, mazkur. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, mazkur. All right. Alhamdulillah. Zaidun sabitun or mustaqirun min Makkah. So this is the first case. We can also say, because we know that jar wa majrur is actually shibhu jumlah, right? So instead of saying all this, right, all this, we can also add here bil khabar mahzuf takdiruhu, which we think is sabitun. Yeah, which we think is takdiruhu, which we think is sabitun, for example, or mustaqirun. We can also say that. That's another way of making it more complete. And some Irab books say that so that the meaning becomes clearer. Okay, but in this case, I think the meaning is quite straightforward. So you just say bil khabar mahzuf, enough. No need to add some more. Okay. But another way of saying this is that this jar majrur, we call it shibhu jumlah, is fi mahali rafa khabar. This is another way of saying it. Yeah, that means we're saying that this shibhu jumlah is in the place of khabar. Yeah, because it's not mufrad. So when it's not mufrad, we use the term fi mahali rafa or fi mahali nasab or fi mahali. What's the third one? Jar. Yeah, so these are the things that we can do and we can use to explain the Irab of min Makkah. These two. This is a breakdown. Yeah, this is a breakdown of your min Makkah. Half of jar and is isim majrur. Okay. Then the next one, this one. We have our friend here, Haza Kitabun. Now, in this case, remember we said that when we are pointing to something that is nakira, it is a sentence. So it's actually by right, it should be this is, right? The is should be here. But in terms of tarkib, we look at it as mubtada khabar. Interesting. Or we can say this is a book from Allah, right? This is a book from Allah. This is where Sister Radin was saying, I think this is why you used it this, right? Because I think the way you have been taught is probably like this. So, but strictly speaking, because this is tarkib. Tarkib is an easy form to help foreigners like us to translate Arabic, right? So perhaps this was the easier way of looking at it. I'm not going to argue with this breakdown because this one, I actually have a reference for this, which I have put at the end of the slide. So you know where my reference is from. So this is not a mistake. Yeah, this is as per what Sister Ralin said, actually. Yeah, but grammatically correct Irab, right? It is as per what we agreed. The other three agreed. Yes, Sister Bibi, Brother Hazim, and Sister Nada. But we actually say this is a book from Allah. Okay. Now, let's do the Irab for this, and then I'll show you something. Yeah. Ha is half tanbih. Yeah, so not this whole thing, this is something that you will have to learn, yeah, because this is what we call classical Irab. What we learn during dream and all that, yeah, because Ustad has tried to make it easy for us to understand, easier for us to understand. He has made things simple. But this is the classical way. Only the za is your isim ishara. The ha and the ka, yeah, when we talk about something that's far, we have ka here. Is actually, or li, sometimes li also shows far. Is actually just this word, za. Ha is tanbih. Tanbih means to call attention to. Ha, something like that. Za. Okay, so haza, this is a book. Okay, ismun isyara mabni is of course sukun because the alif has a sukun on it. Fi mahali rafa mubtada. So we only call this part actually the mubtada, not the whole entire thing. Right? So this is the grammatically correct way of doing it. The classically grammatically correct way of doing it. Yeah. Ha harf tanbih, isim isyarah. And kitabun is your khabar bidamah. Min is half of jar. Allahi is lafzu jalalah majrurun bil kasrah. Al jawa majrur bi ta'alikan to a na'at that is mahzuf. Yeah, to the na'at that is mahzuf. And this na'at is the na'at of kitab. Okay, it's the na'at kitab. It is actually haza kitabun, maybe, yeah, maybe the sifah to the mausuf kitabun is mubinun. I'm just saying, I'm giving it a sifah that's missing, yeah, so that you can understand the meaning. So this is a clear book from Allah. Yeah, so this is a clear book from Allah. So this is another way of looking at it. The first mahzuf, I think. Is this the first mahzuf that we're using? No, this is the second mahzuf. The first mahzuf was the habar, right? Now the third case. Okay. Note, I put here option 1. When there are two options at looking at this sentence and looking at this muta'alliq. Okay. Funduk is hotel. Yeah. Funduk is hotel. So I have my fi'il and my fa'il because we have an inside doer here. We have a maf'ul, a rajula. Yes, the man. And we have something called hal of the maf'ul bihi. Yeah, rajula is your maf'ul bihi. So this is the hal of this maf'ul. Hal is the condition. Yeah. So wow. Okay. Now how do we understand? How do we even translate this? Okay. So Sister Hazim, Brother Hazim, how would I translate this? This is hotel, the word hotel.
Macam mana? Itu I saw the man from hotel.
Yeah, you saw the man from the hotel. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, easy. So why do we say there is a missing hal? Okay, why do we say there's a missing hal? So here's the normal. This is the normal drill. Yeah, this is your fi'il madin. It's mabni. It's mabni on sukun. It is attached to this domir ta. Yes, and this domir ta is mabni ala dam fi mahali rafa fa'il. Yeah. There are 3 cases where fi'il madi is mabni ala sukun. Ta fa'ilin. What else? Can you remember? Ta fa'ilin. Sister Bibi is good at this one.
Anta, you mean anta, antuma.
We have
That was right.
ra'aitu. What else do we have that has dhamma at it? Oh, sorry, that is
Sukun.
sukun. Ra'aitu is one ta fa'ilin. Nun niswah, right? Ra'aina. What else? There's one more. Ta fa'ilin, nun niswah.
Is it anta? Ra'aita?
Anta.
No, that is single.
No, that one is ra'aiti. I can't remember the third one. Anyone can remember? Fi'il madin. I'll go and look up on the notes on this one. Yeah, but with fi'il madin, you have a sukun with these 3 fi'ils, or with these 3 fa'ils. Yeah, one of them is here, the dhamir mutasil ta, which is your ta fa'ilin. And the other one is, I remember, is nun niswa. But the third one too, I can't remember. Okay, rajula is maf'ul bihi mansub bil fathah. Min is half of jar. Yeah. This one is funduki. It is your isim majrur. It has become majrur with kasra, just like the normal one. And we say here, the term is jawa majrur muta'alikan bihal mahzuf lil rajul li rajula. Yeah, rajula. Sorry, this is wrong. Rajula. So it's the hal of the maf'ul, the person who did the who you saw. Yeah, who you saw. So we can also say shibhi jumlah. We can also say shibhi jumlah fi mahali. What do you think? Fi mahali.
Nasab.
Fi mahali nasab, the hal. Yeah, because hal is mansub. So what happened to the explanation? There was supposed to be an explanation there. Okay, never mind. I will explain later. So the second option, oh yeah, what I want to explain to you here, yes, why do I say it's hal? Why do I say it's hal? This is like a sentence, like, I saw the man from the hotel. So when you say the hal is missing, the hal maybe, I'm just giving an example, one hal I can think of, yeah. I saw the man walking from the hotel, for example, yeah. I saw the man walking from the hotel. So this is why we say it is the hal of the maf'ul bihi, the hal being the state of walking, yeah, for example. Yeah, something like that. Like I said, it is no hard and fast rule. It depends on the context, and some of the grammatical geniuses that we have, the ulama, yeah, they have actually come up with all sorts of things. Whenever it's mahzuf, they have a taqdiruhu for it. They have an estimation of what was mahzuf to give meaning to the sentence. Okay, so when you read the Irab books, you will see and you will find this. And sometimes it really makes your world, it opens up a new world actually. You never even think about it. Because when you say, oh, the guy is from Makkah, that's it. Yeah, we don't think about it. Oh, there is actually a missing habar there or something like that. Yeah, but for them, their mind works in a really, really, mashallah, in a different way. And sometimes, that's how your tafsir becomes different. Okay, so this is why I'm explaining this one, because I want to show you how tafsir can differ. Okay, now the option 2, what's the second option you think? The first option was a hal that is missing. Yeah, the man was walking from the hotel. I saw the man walking from the hotel. What's the second option? We did this already. Just now it was muta'alliq to a missing hal. But actually there's a straightforward case here. What's the straightforward case?
Muta'alliq to the fi'l.
Yeah, muta'alliq to the fi'il. So this is where we have difference in tafsir. Okay, so jar majrur muta'alliqan bil fi'il ra'aitu. What's the difference between this translation and the other translation? Because the first option, we were muta'alliq to a hal that is missing. Yeah, we were muta'alliq to a hal that is missing. So we said, we saw the man from the hotel. We saw the man from the hotel. Okay, so the man walking, running, jumping, whatever. Yeah, we saw the man from the hotel. But if we just went for the straightforward muta'alliq bi fi'il, how would we translate the sentence? How?
Connecting to the fi'il. So
Yeah, connecting
it
to the
should be
fi'il.
that is you are looking at the man while you are in the hotel.
While you're at the hotel.
You are
Okay.
seeing the man from the hotel.
Yes.
You are in the hotel and you are seeing the man
From the hotel. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, so I saw from the hotel the man. Yeah, I saw from the hotel the man. You might be looking through the window, something like that, right? And you saw the man from the hotel window. So this is where when it depends on what you muta'alliq to, sometimes the tafsir of a surah can differ. Yeah, like we saw in the meaning of our example here. Yeah, did you see a man coming from the hotel, or did you see a man from the hotel? Yeah, so this is something that we need to be aware of. Oh, I passed the time by 10 minutes, mashallah. And I just added this last slide. I just want to emphasize the difference between ma'rifah and nakirah because I have people with me who have difficulty in remembering this. Okay, so I thought I'd put this up. Ma'rifah, of course, from the word arif, to know someone. Yeah, so a definite noun is someone that you know. The man, yeah, Zaid, Sharifah, okay, or the tall or the short girl or something like that, but a definite someone that you know. Yeah, so ma'rifah is to know. Nakira is not to know. A man somewhere, cars, not any particular, nobody's particular car. I know it's not, doesn't belong to anyone. So something indefinite. Yeah, and of course we know that the word when we say munkar and things like that, right? Yeah, to deny, to disown, to as well. Yeah, this is something else. But what we are looking at is here. Ma'rifah is to know, nakira is not to know. So to help you remember the difference between the two. Okay, okay then. So inshallah, we'll come back again in December. Yes, either the 2nd December or 9th December. I will have to I will let you know which day we will come back. Yeah, we'll start back again. But I would very much like you to go through what we have done. Yeah, and then to please try and memorize your SAF charts, your regular SAF charts. You don't need to memorize your irregular SAF charts, but you need to memorize your regular SAF charts. Yeah, we can use that memorization to help you with the irregular one. But you must remember, there's no two ways about SAF. Yeah, you need to memorize and you need to recognize words. So if you need to recognize words, whether it is a fi'il, no, whether it's an isim, SAF is the way to go. Whether it's sifa mushabbaha, is it siga mubalaghah, is it fa'il, maf'ul, you need to know your SAF. Yeah. So who are your doers in your fi'il? Is it huwa, whom? Yeah. Is it huna? This all have everything to do with Saf. So Saf, no two ways about it. You need to memorize it. Yeah. So inshallah, I know some of you already have it already in your head, so not a problem. But I know some of you are struggling. I struggle with Saf. Okay, I can't remember, so I go back and I know, but I try and remember at least the basics. Yeah. So like your alama family, your jahada family. Yeah. So these things you should know. So the madi, the mudari, the masdar, and the isim fa'il. And then from then on, you can generate all the rest. Yeah, inshallah. Okay then. Any questions before we leave for today? No, inshallah. Okay then. All right. Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Take care.
Jazakallah khairan, Sister Zuraida.
Amin wa iyaki. Thank you, Sister B. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. See you next month. Okay, inshallah. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Salam.